The views and opinions expressed during Eye on the Triangle do not represent WKNC or NC State student media. Your dial is currently tuned to Eye on the Triangle on WKNC 88.1 FM HD1. Thanks for listening. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your day. My name is Emilia Rivadeneira, host of Eye on the Triangle, and with further ado, let's get into some news. As promised, this special program is all about the North Carolina State Fair. I visited the fair on Monday night, and I'm excited to take you along on this journey. Think of it as a man on the street style of program, but instead, we'll call it Emilia at the North Carolina State Fair. So my first stop was, of course, the rides. And now, I'm not usually a fan of fair rides personally. It might be a hot take, but I did it all for my loyal listeners here at Eye on the Triangle. So here are some of the clips from my adventure at the North Carolina State Fair rides. So we are out here today at the North Carolina State Fair, not only trying out food, but we're also testing out the rides for all of our listeners to tell you guys the honest truth and our honest opinions of the rides. We are here right now at the Super Slide entrance, and we are gonna record. We're gonna have the mic on as we're going into the ride and just like sliding down the Super Slide. So mic is on, we're in the ride. I have in my other hand I don't know what this is called, but guys, I'm actually really scared. It's getting really high, I'm not. Okay. It's all good. We're recording. Do you want to say your thoughts for WKNC 88.1?
I speak English.
It's okay. Okay, so help me out in this thing. Okay. Guys, we're here. We're in the thing. Wait. Do I have to put my hands on somewhere? What? Do I have to put my hands on somewhere? I'm not ready. That was so fun! That was really fun. 10 out of 10. Recommend going into the Super Slide. This was so fun. This was amazing. 10 out of 10 experience at the North Carolina State Fair. Okay, for our second ride that we are gonna test out today, we are testing out the Wave Swinger Vertison. What a name, isn't it? Like, this is a really just like original, cool name. Like, I'm just wondering like where did that came from? But we are in line right now, and looking from afar, I'm actually a little bit scared, but we'll make it, and it'll be fun. But yeah, we're gonna give you our honest opinion on it as soon as we step down from the Wave Swinger Vertison. 5 minutes later, and after more than 10 spins on the Vertison. So we were at the same ride, actually. What's your name?
Wood Chapman.
Okay, so we were both at the same rides. What were your honest opinions about the ride?
It was fun, made me a little nauseous. I was all good.
Okay, but thank you. Yeah, I felt nauseous as well, but thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yep. And that's how I felt. Like, I was nauseous. I was holding on for dear life. I was practically petrified, but it was fun. So For this ride, I'll rate it an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. It was solid, a little bit nauseous, but it was a solid ride.
So continuing with the night in the life of host Emilia at the North Carolina State Fair, after going to the rides, I was kind of hungry, and so it was time. It was time to hit some of the infamous places of the North Carolina State Fair, maybe get some funnel cake, maybe get some fried food. Actually, a hot take from yours truly, I am not the biggest fan also of the fried food at the North Carolina State Fair. Actually, everything like deep fried Oreo, I just hear that and I'm like, I don't know if personally I can eat that. But we found other people that gave us their hot takes on the North Carolina State food and also like some hidden gems to where to eat and where you can find the best food at the North Carolina State Fair.
Right now, you guys are eating. What is this called? Like, what is it?
This is roasted corn, right? Classic
State Fair.
straight state fair.
Okay.
With a lemonade to wash it down.
Right.
Crisp.
Okay.
Sugary, delicious.
I see it. I see the vision. I
the
see
vision
the
is
vision.
here.
Yep.
It's for everyone.
Yep.
Some things are not, you know.
Sometimes not.
I just had fried pumpkin pie.
Wait.
Yeah.
How was that?
You know what? Better than I expected.
Okay.
Somehow, it was cold in like the middle.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, "Wait."
Yeah, like not 100, not 100 for this one.
Yeah.
But honest opinion on what you're eating right now, like
Yeah. Out of 10?
yeah, like rate it out of 10.
All right. Because it's like basic, I'm going to give it an 8.
An 8.
But it's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
What about you?
Honestly, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
A 7 is not that great.
And what about the lemonade? It was crisp.
crisp?
10
I
out
can
of
feel
10.
it going down.
Yes. Okay. Wait. I get that feeling.
I
get
know
that
where
feeling.
it's at in my large intestine.
Thank you guys so much.
How it came to pass, we were having a picnic on the grass in the middle of
I'm with
Market
NC
Square,
State
just
Student
like a
Media,
hat.
so I honestly just want to get your honest opinion on the peanut butter pickle.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can record me. Yeah, the peanut butter pickle's great. It came from peanut butter pickle sandwich. So people that love peanut butter pickle sandwiches love the peanut butter pickle. And I have people that come back every year that want this stuff. So it's great.
So what's kind of like the, you mentioned that it's like the peanut butter sandwich, like what's kind of like the flavor, like if you can describe it, like, you know.
Yep. Imagine a funnel cake with a pickle and peanut butter, topped with powdered sugar. That's what it tastes like. So yeah, that's it.
If you go to 50 Berkeley Square, you'll get an awful scare. You'll wish you
Okay, so could you tell us your name?
My name is Denise Caballero.
So what are you trying today? Like,
These are the Wisconsin cheddar nuggets. And I was originally going to get the jalapeno, but she said it's a 10 out of 10 spicy. And while I like spicy, not too much. So I got the jalapeno ranch, and it is so good. It's so good.
okay, yes, please. Wait, guys, if you could see this cheese pool right now, this is like a 10 out of 10 cheese pool. Like, oh my God. Yes, that's amazing, actually. Could you tell us, like, rate it out of 10? Like,
It's a 10 out of 10.
okay, perfect.
I feel like you have to get the jalapeno ranch.
The jalapeno
That
ranch.
makes it a 10 out of 10. It gives it a kick, yeah, but not like too spicy.
Okay, perfect. For our not too spicy eaters, then this is like the perfect NC State like dish.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was hesitant to get this last year because the line was so long, but luckily I came on a Monday, so it's so good.
Yeah.
First in line. So good.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
No, there is nowhere worse in London town than 50 Berkeley Square. 50 Berkeley Square.
So, tell us your honest opinion on the North Carolina State Fair.
I truly come only for the food. I'm not a huge fan of the rides here, but I love to come to be with my friends and to eat the food.
What's your favorite food at the fair?
Corn on the cob or deep fried Oreos.
Deep fried Oreos.
I just got them. I love them.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait, okay. I might have a hot take for you today because
Is it going to make me not like the deep fried Oreos?
no. But me personally, I haven't tried the deep fried Oreos, but something about it is just like not making me want
Said
to.
that too. That you need to try them. You need to try them. Maybe have somebody else try them and then just have one of theirs because it is a lot. There's 6 big ones. So have somebody else get it and then eat half of theirs.
Okay, if you can describe just like in one word, like the feeling of just like having that first bite of like deep fried Oreo at the fair, like what would it be?
I would say like powder because the first thing I always taste is like the powder that they put on the top.
Get awful scared. I wish you'd not gone there, but somewhere else instead of that old house at 50 Berkeley Square. Not even for a dare. No, there is nowhere worse in London town than 50 Berkeley Square. 50
After the food, I went to visit one of my personal favorite places at the state fair, and that is the agricultural building. One thing I just personally love about the state fair is that it is more than just going to the rides or like getting food. It's also about educating people on the value of agriculture by showcasing agrarian goods and livestock. And this day we actually had the chance to meet Biscuit, a lovely cow at the Animal Science Club at NC State exhibit. And she's actually going to be there for the till the end of the state fair. So if you get a chance, please go pet Biscuit. She was amazing. She was a beaut. So yeah, and we also got the chance to see some pretty big pumpkins. So hear more on this clips.
So yeah, can you tell us your name and what are you doing here at the state fair today?
My name is Monty. I am second in charge of the horticultural display, also known as the veggie, fruits, and nuts display. So,
And well, right now I'm looking at some really big pumpkins. What can you tell us about those pumpkins and that we have here with us today?
these are the GPC Way Off pumpkins. GPC is trying to get the North Carolina State Fair to be the way off center of the East Coast. That's why it is open to anybody in the U.S. as long as they can get their produce here by the way off, which was the Tuesday before the fair. This is a separate event, so they're just leaving us this here to let us show it. And that's why you do see some out of West Virginia, Tennessee, things like that.
So it's not a competition, or is it a competition?
It is a competition with the GPC. It's not a state fair competition.
And personally, I don't know, do you like any particular pumpkin that it's on display here today?
We have a couple of smaller ones over on the youth side that are really beautiful heirloom varieties.
And do you recommend those to just come and see NC State students come to the horticultural part of the fair?
Yes, we actually, the North Carolina State Fair has one of the largest horticulture displays in any state fair. So yes.
We're here with the pumpkins, and let's talk about pumpkins. So, what's your name?
My name is Ashley.
Nice to meet you, Ashley. So, I don't know, what was your first impression when you just got here and you just saw the big pumpkins?
I was like, whoa, that's a big pumpkin.
That is a big pumpkin. And you were taking some pictures with the pumpkin. I don't know, do you personally like pumpkins? What caught your attention besides the big part?
I just think it's just the size of the pumpkin that, it's just captures you can't miss it. You walk in, you just have to be next to the size of the pumpkin.
What are your thoughts on like the color of the pumpkin?
I don't know. I think it's like kind of really orange. Yeah, it's really orange. Some yellow in there. Yeah.
Would you say these are the biggest pumpkins that you have seen in your entire life?
Actually, that's like true. I've never seen a pumpkin this big in my life. That's probably why I freaked out, because I've never seen a pumpkin this big in my entire life. No, I'm not kidding.
You heard it here first at WKC 80.1. Come to the NC State Fair and like come to the horticultural side of the fair to see some great pumpkins. Yeah. Okay, so I'm here with the Animal Science Club at NC State. What are your names?
I'm Emma.
I'm Austin.
Okay, nice to meet you guys. So, I don't know, what can you tell us about the North Carolina State Fair, like specifically the agriculture part, like side of it? Like, you know, you guys have been here today. I don't know what's exciting, what has happened.
We have sold 35 crates of milk currently today, which is very fun. It's I just would say the agriculture all comes together. You see all aspects, the livestock, the horticulture, just all kinds of stuff.
And is this the first year that the Animal Science Club like comes to the state fair, or have you guys been coming here like every year pretty often? I don't know.
I do not remember how many years we've been doing it, but we've been doing it for a while. We normally milk cows, but due to the avian flu, we are just doing a photo booth this year.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on the NC State Fair? Like, not only the agricultural part, but like, have you guys been like looking around? Like, besides that, like, what made you guys just like kind of like choose to like come to the fair every year on like a personal level?
I think it's really cool just the amount of stuff that's here, and people can come and see so many different things. There's probably people here who've never really been able to see a cow up close, and so that's really exciting. And it's just a huge fair, so that's really great. And all the local North Carolina vendors and everything is really cool to see.
And finally, this can be silly, but if you can describe like the fair in just like one word, like what would it be? Like, it can be anything.
This probably counts as 2 words, but I'd say mass chaos.
We're gonna count it as like just one word, okay? Mass chaos.
Oh, I was going to say chaotic, but I'll say, oh my God, exciting.
Real, it is exciting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the interview. Have a good night.
One word I would use to describe the state fair?
Yeah, honestly. So we're waiting in line currently to pet the cow that the Animal Science Club at NC State has here at the fair, and we're super excited to like pet the cow. I've never done that before, so I'm super excited. And we'll also talk a little bit more about like what's the name of the cow. Like, we want to know everything about this cow. Like, let's talk about cows. What's your name first? And like, let's get into it.
Okay, my name is Maddie White. I'm the Animal Science Club here at NC State. So we are at Milk Booth this year. So this year we have our lovely dairy cows with us that are from Howland Cow off of Lake Wheeler. Here we have Biscuit. She is a Jersey cow. She's 2 years old and she's currently pregnant. So she's due to have her second calf in March. Biscuit has been the life of the party. She definitely loves being here and interacting with everyone, and of course getting to meet all her lovely friends and the public. So yeah, we definitely have a great time. All of the money that we raise here goes to funds in the club, and it also funds our trip to national convention. So we'll be going to Iowa this year thanks to all of your support here at the Milk Booth.
Wow, that's amazing. And like, can you tell us a little bit more about Biscuit? Like, we really just want to know everything about Biscuit. Like, what is like a day in the life of Biscuit at the fair? Like, honestly.
Okay, so day in the life, we usually get here around 7. And of course they get their food first thing in the morning. They get a little bit of grooming, so they get kind of pinned up, and then everyone comes and brushes them, loves on them for the morning, gets her food and water, and then she kind of gets to break until it's her turn to go into the chute. So this is the chute. It's kind of like cage, just kind of keeps her protected, keeps everyone safe. And so she is only in the chute for an hour and a half at a time and no more than 3 hours a day. So she gets to come in here and people get to love on her. They love to pet her head and her shoulders and her back area. And then people take pictures with her, interact with her, and kind of get to know more about the dairy industry while they're coming through the line.
Of course. And like, I don't know, like what are some like, do you have like any memories with Biscuit? Like what are like specific memories with her, like stuff like that at the fair?
So while we're getting ready for Milk Booth, we have halter breaking shifts. So this is where we kind of like figure out what cows are coming to the fair with us. And Biscuit was an immediate pick. As we were coming up, she was always first to the fence. She loved interacting with us, loved having all the attention. So we knew she was the absolute go-to to bring to the fair. She loves her friends. She loves everyone that's here. And she's, of course, excited to be here just as much as we are.
She's just amazing. Like, okay, Biscuit, how are you feeling today at the fair? I'm scared.
She's good. She might think it's a snack.
She's gonna bite it. Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay, so now we're back at the fair. We pet Biscuit. We saw some pretty big pumpkins at the agricultural side of the fair, and it was absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend going to the agricultural side. Like, it was just amazing. We pet Biscuit, and like honestly, like she is a beaut. She is so sweet, and yeah, it was amazing, guys. Like, so go to the agricultural side. And that's Imperial.
Instead of that old house at 50 Berkeley Square, not even for a dare. No, there is nowhere worse in London town than 50 Berkeley Square. 50 Berkeley Square.
After visiting the agricultural building, we walked over to the Village of Yesteryear, another one of my personal favorites at the State Fair, and also one of the State Fair's oldest and most popular attractions, featuring artisans displaying their handmade crafts. And the purpose of this exhibit is actually to educate the public on traditional crafts. And we got the chance to talk with some of the artisans and creators, and it's always just amazing to see how much talent is just out there. It has always just amazed me, and the Village of Yesteryear is just like the perfect place if you're just interested in like looking at all of these crafts and like learning more about how things are made. So yeah, hear more on the Village of Yesteryear and its artisans on the following clips.
So could you tell us your name and just your craft?
Yes, my name is Janet Daltrey, and I do basketry. I make baskets from rattan, and it's my passion.
And have you been to the State Fair like as part of like the Village of Yesteryear previous years before, or is this your first year here?
This is my 22nd year here. Yes, in the Village of Yesteryear. Yes.
And what does just like being part of the Village of Yesteryear and coming here each year means to you?
Well, first of all, it's very humbling, and it's a great honor because there's so many talented artists in this building. So it's a great honor to be here and be a part of this village. My grandfather used to bring me to visit here when I was a little girl. So I never expected that I would be an artist in here.
Wow, that's an interesting story. So are you a native from Raleigh area or from North Carolina?
Yes, I'm a native of Johnson County, Smithfield, Selma area.
And when you said that your grandfather like brought you here to the fair, like what are some like memories from that and just like comparing it to now that you're here, like as an artist, like how does that feel?
Well, he would come because he would enter things in the fruits and vegetables over in the produce section over there. And so he took us to see the animals and to come in here and those sorts of things. And we were very, very close to our grandfather. He always was doing things with us, and so it's just special.
And what is just like your favorite part of like just the fair in general, maybe, or just like the Village of Yesteryear?
Obviously, Village of Yesteryear is my favorite place. Yes. Okay. In fact, I hardly ever go out to the rest of the fair, but I would love the flower show, and what I call the outside village, the blacksmith shops, and that sort of thing. That's my favorite areas.
Okay, so can you tell us your name and just, how many years have you been coming here to the NC State Fair?
Okay, I'm Sonny Gibson. I'm from Troy, North Carolina. I've been coming here, I think this is my 7th year. Yes.
And what's like the craft that you make?
This is ornamental wood turning. It's strictly just ornament. It's really has no function other than being pretty.
And how do you make it? Like, if you can tell us, like, just, really quick. It might be an elaborate process. I don't.
Okay, it's done. The process is on a wood lathe. You take wood material, you turn it to the shape that you want it. Most all of my forms are hollow. They're very light. And then after I get the wood formed, then I usually do finial work, which is very ornate, small diameter finials.
That's cool. And like, what's the best part of just like, being here at the State Fair and like the Village of Yesteryear?
The Village of Yesteryear is a family. It's everybody gets along, everybody helps each other when they need help. It's a great place to be. The atmosphere is good. The people that come here, the atmosphere is good. There's no problems. It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what do you like about just the fair in general? Just in general about the fair?
The fair itself, I really can't comment because I'm in here. The artists are required to stay in close to the booth about all the time because it's 4 questions like you're doing now. So we have to answer a lot of questions and be here for demonstration. The thing about the fair is it's education and then it's sales. All of us want to sell, naturally, because we have to have hotel rooms and stuff like that. But the number one thing here is education to the public and inspire young people like you to take up craft.
And do you guys, like, the Village of Yesteryear does, like, presentations? You mentioned, like, demonstrations and stuff. Or is this just, like, the booth, like, the demonstration itself?
My demonstration's done in this compartment over here. You'll see my wood lathe. So I do demonstrations right here near the booth, just like everybody else does. We're limited on what we can do sometimes because some of the larger pieces of wood, it's not feasible. It's too much dust and too many chips. So what I do is I do the small finial portion, about 2 inches of it. Takes up 3 or 4 minutes. And that's about, most of the time, about all you can keep somebody's attention is the 5-minute span. So we want to get as much out there as we can, as quick as we can, before somebody gets tired and walks off.
This is amazing. Thank you so much for answering our questions. But yeah, thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Finally, to wrap up the program, here are some clips of attendees telling us their thoughts on the fair, sharing tips for first-timers, and also offering some particular strategies for winning those giant stuffed animal bananas at the State Fair games. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll probably understand more, but it's just like the giant, like the huge stuffed animal bananas with the little hat that almost every single stand has at the State Fair.
First, can you all like tell me your names?
Carson. Ephraim.
Brian.
Randy.
Watson.
Okay, so how long did it took you guys to like just get 3 bananas? Not only one, but 3 bananas. Like, how long was that? Like,
Definitely took a while, but like not as long because like we split up, we divided and conquered, you know, and we won. There's a strategy to this.
okay, so there was a strategy. Do you have like any commentary about this strategy as well? Like,
Someone has to lead out, and I went ahead and started the whole process. So
so you basically were the leader of this like strategy.
Spend some money, you know? If you want the banana, you got to spend some money.
You're not going to believe this. First try banana here, $5. $5. How much is it? 50 bucks? 50 bucks? No. At least $40. 50. They missed all their basketball shots. All I had to do was go up there and weigh in at 130. So 130 for a banana.
More like 245 weigh in.
I had to guess my weight. I weighed 130. Couldn't get it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you guys so much. Like, that's crazy. 3 bananas. Okay, I'm out. But thank you. Bye. Hidden gem at the fair.
Okay, I forgot what it was called, but I think it's called like island noodles. Yes, island noodles. I come here. This is my second year coming here, and I always get their teriyaki chicken noodles, and it's a good price. They're always so nice, and it's just really good, really good.
What about you? What it's like your hidden gem at the fair?
I don't know. All the food that I had today was kind of good. It was okay. Oh, but it's not hidden. Okay, I have 2, but they're not really hidden. Okay, so peaches for the donuts, so good. I got 3 just for myself. And then also the Jamaican place, Cool Runnings, that's good too. But it's not very hidden. Like the line was so long. Both lines were very long, but they moved pretty quick. So, yeah.
What about like rides? Are you guys like liking the rides? Like, what's the vibe?
Go on the rides. We did go on the Ferris wheel though, and that was a vibe. Yeah, that was definitely.
How much would you rate it out of 10? Like the Ferris wheel?
Oh my gosh, Ferris wheels are always a 10 out of 10, especially when you come with people. You just sit up there and look at the sky, catch a vibe, and like just like think about life. It makes you think, you know? Yeah.
No, yeah, I get that for sure. And like you said, it's your second year coming into the fair. So how are you liking the second year in the fair?
Oh my God, I think the second year is better because I'm more prepared, like outfit-wise. Last year I had on like booty shorts and girl. So I was like, I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing boots, I'm gonna be cute. I know it's gonna get cold, so I'm gonna bring a cute little sweater. I'm just cute and comfy. And the food, I know where to go. I'm just like mentally, I'm there this year.
You're ready.
Yeah,
You're just ready. And what about you? Is it your first year at the fair or second year?
This is my second. I'll say my second year was better. One, because we came a little bit earlier. Last year, I think we drove here at 6. But this year we got here, like 4:30. And then also, I think outfit-wise, it's a little bit warmer, actually. Because when I came last year, I was in a full long-sleeve bodysuit and a jacket, and I was still cold. But this year, I got to wear my shorts, and I was okay.
So basically, recommendation for like first-time goers to the fair. What's the vibe?
Well, Jayla had a great idea. She made a list. She made a list of everything she wanted to go. Make sure you plan where you want to hit, so like know where they are relatively, and then a time frame. You can't get here at like 6 because that's when the lines are gonna be crazy. Get here a little earlier. Yeah, that's true. And their families and stuff. So yeah, plan ahead, time-wise, outfit-wise, places you want to hit and all that stuff. Yeah. I agree with the number 1, make a list of the foods that you want. I just did 5. I did a list of 5 foods that I wanted to try. And then my second would be bring a jacket. Even if you don't think it's going to get cold enough, bring a jacket.
Oh, I have one too.
Yeah. And use the restroom before you get here. Please. Please use that restroom. Just try.
Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Bye. Okay, so we have been at the fair for almost 2 hours, and we have done so much. We went to the rides, we got some food, we interviewed some people about just what their thoughts are on the food, and then we went to the Village of Yesteryear. We did a lot. Oh my gosh, I was forgetting about Biscuit. How can I forget? Yes, we went to Pet Biscuit, we went to the agricultural exposition too. So yes, we honestly had such a fun time at the fair, and it was an amazing evening here. So if you're planning to coming to the NC State Fair, please do. It's just like a fun attraction to just like visit every fall. And at the same time, it's like one of the people that we interviewed said it's all about education as well. So while there's like a lot of rides and a lot of food, and that's amazing. We also have the agricultural exposition, we have the Village of Yesteryear, and we have so much more performances that are all about education, and that is a huge part about the North Carolina State Fair, and that is what honestly makes the North Carolina State Fair what it is, and just like such a special place to visit every fall.
Lucifer Cruise.
Thank you for tuning in to Eye on the Triangle. This was our special programming on the North Carolina State Fair. Remember that you can still attend to the fair until this Sunday, October 27, 2024. Music on this episode was NPC theme No Vocals Lissa Hammer by Lissa Hammer, licensed under an attribution Share Alike 4.0 international license. Lucifer Cruise Beast from Hell by John Lobker, licensed under an attribution 4.0 international license. 50 Berkeley Square by Nutmeg, licensed under an attribution non-commercial Share Alike 4.0 international license. And Krakatoa by Noah Stark, licensed under Creative Commons. Enjoy your weekend. This has been your host, Emilia Rivadeneira.